Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TyBeerHouseOfKicks.com, and welcome to my channel again this morning. I wanted to show you how to identify the fake Jordan 5 alternate grape. Now, somebody asked me online to do it the other day, and actually had like the post done, but I never got a chance to put it up. So this morning, I finally have some time to squeeze this in, and I wanted to show you how to quickly identify it. Now, some things before I start, like when I do this comparison, I don't claim to be a know-it-all or this is like the standard. I'm just showing you ways to do your own authentication when you're in the comfort of your own house. So, for example, this morning the shoe that I use is a size 8.5. So if you have a size 10 or 11 or 12, some nuances may not be apparent on your shoe. Focus on those areas that do not require you to have the same size. That's what I want you to do. And also be sure to check other people's stuff. But this is just a preventive way of warning you. So if, for example, you watch my video and there's things here that you see on the shoe online, just don't buy it. Don't do that to yourself. So again, this is not me saying, hey, this is the standard, this is the way. Nah, I am not Jesus. I'm just showing you a way. Okay, so I'll invite you to have that in mind before you actually make a comment. And the next thing I want to say is this: if you have a chance, be sure to take this survey. Okay, I've worked with a company and they actually designed this software that can actually guess the type of shoes you like to wear. So if you have a chance, please take this, go on my website, houseofkicks.com, and then take this survey. It will be very beneficial to you and to me. All right. Now, with that said, let's jump into the actual differences. I have my pictures here, so I'm going to pin them one at a time. Now, the very first thing with Jordan 5s, one of the things that the replica pair can't really get right is the netting on the side. Like if you look at this netting here, you see on the fake one, they usually, the holes are like bigger and shorter in extension. Their length is shorter. I'll show you a better picture, just shows you this, but I want you to zero in on the red circles here. If you see the holes on the authentic pair are like thinner, but longer. On the fake one, they are like shorter or bigger, okay? And also the plastic material that they use on the fake one is like a hard plastic. So if you put your finger on that, that thing can break. It's not really soft. I'm gonna show you another picture to emphasize this more. Now you see, this is the fake one again. You see the holes here are like shorter but thicker. They are bigger. They have more girth. On the fake one, on the authentic one, they are like thinner but longer. They are more extended. So this is one of the areas that you want to focus on. Now let's go on to something else. I'm going to show you the tongue. Now look, on the authentic, you can tell like the tongue is more vibrant. It's like striking. It's just almost like has a 3D feel to it. And if you look at it, the definitions are very clear. You can see everything. But on the fake one, the tongue is first like flimsy, and it's just this area is just like jacked up, and the Jumpman itself looks awful. Like you can clearly tell the differences when you look at this. I just want you to pause and just zero in on this picture a little more. Let me give you a close-up look. You can see that, right? You see, look at the Jumpman here and look at the Jumpman. You're so vibrant on the authentic pair and just awful on the fake one. Even the definition inside, like the shapes are just awful on the fake ones. Let's jump on to the next thing. Now, one of the areas they always mess up is the Jumpman. This is just, it never fails. Like if you look at the back here, right? I'm going to put my picture all the way up here. Now, if you look at the back here, the distance between the bottom of the Jumpman and the edge of the midsole is bigger on the fake pair. You can see I put the red line, the yellow line to show you that. And the Jumpman itself is awful on the fake one. Is if he has more girth, it's like, look at the belly, look at the hand, it's just totally awful looking. This Jumpman is much, I'm not saying that Jordan brand Jumpman looks like the better, but it looks much better. If you look at this Jumpman and this Jumpman, come on, you can tell. All right. The next thing we're gonna look at is let me get that. Is one of the areas they also mess up a lot is the air chamber. Now, if you look, the distance and the gap between the screen and the edge of the midsole is bigger on the authentic pair. This is always something that they mess up. Now, if you look at the screen of the fake pair, it's almost adjacent to the edge. You can barely see that there's a gap here. It's almost like stuck to the edge of the midsole. And also, I wanted to focus in on this midsole itself. Like the material that is used here is of a better quality. This is like rough and rugged, and it looks cheapish when you look at it. If you look at it closely, you can see that. The next thing we want to talk about is I'm actually gonna, let's see if I can actually fast forward this real quick. Let me see if I can get this here to go. Actually, let's just go back to this. I don't want to show you the box here. There's another area that I wanted to show you, which I should have pulled up, but I didn't do that, and that's my fault. So just give me a minute. I'll pull that up in a second for you. Let's do that. I'll pull that up in a second for you. Just give me, just be patient. Let's do that real quick. And this is this area that I wanted to show you. I have a bunch of pictures on my phone here, so on my computer, so I apologize for that. Now, if you look at the bottom on the tab here, like on the fake tab, it's like almost flat. Okay, you see it's flat here. It's not curvy. This looks like an open parabola, a parabola that opens upward. Okay, you can see that. On the fake one, it's flat, and you can see that it's almost like, it looks like a trapezoid here. You see this? You can tell, right? You see that difference here. And also the material that is used, like you can clearly see the lines here, like the definition is crazy. On the authentic pair is more subtle. The material used is not the same. And then let's jump onto the box label. This is also one of the things that they mess up. Now, this is a clear fake. Right, you can see that on the fake one they use like a black label. So I'm not going to talk too much on it. That's just, if you see this, just stay away from it. Because they use the wrong label here. It's not the right label. And the colorway is just wrong. But on another fake, they have the right label. But there's also something that you can notice here. Now, if you look at the font of the letters, it's almost like much more bold on the fake pair, and it's almost illegible. You can't even read anything here. Like here, it's so clear. You see grape ice, new emerald black. On the fake one, you can barely read it. Look, even made in China. Look, it's clear here, it's refined, but on the fake pair, it's like compacted. You can't even see what it is. So it's hard to look at it. It's hard to look at the letters because the print is just awful. Now, this is all that I have as far as like this shoe is concerned, but there's also something that I wanted to mention, which I always talk about when it comes to like authenticating your own shoe. Like now, what has happened is this Nike has put what you call the QR code and the RFID identifier on the shoe. Okay, now what is the QR code? The QR code, if you look at your labels, like I should have done that here. The QR code is this one here. This the bigger one, the bigger square. It looks like a scattergram. Now, when you scan this code on your shoe, it should take you to Nike's website. Now, the fake pair also can do that because all they have to do is just copy and paste this QR code. So that's really not a big deal because you can you can replicate this QR code. But the RFID is where it's a game changer. And I shared a video on it on my YouTube channel again, where you can actually get access to it on this show. You could just go on the website and click on it, and it's going to take you, and it shows you exactly how to do it. But I want to explain a couple of things now. If you look at your label now on most shoes, behind the label there's like this little metal silver piece here. This is what connects to the RFID reader. It has an antenna in it, and so when you have that label behind, you have that little piece behind. So basically it's almost like your DNA. This identifier is unique to your shoe. So when you buy a shoe from a store, stored in this thing, in this little piece of thing here, the metal piece, is all the provenance and the information of the sneaker, where it came from, what size it is, and all that kind of good stuff. So this cannot be duplicated. Somebody said they might be duplicating this, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. They may put a fake metal piece, but it's not going to have any information in it because this is expensive technology. I mean, it's not cheap. So I don't think bootleggers are going to want to do that. And even if they do, they might put some bad information in, and you might see where the shoe is coming from. I don't know, but I may be wrong. But this is just one thing that you can do. You see? So this is the RFID chip behind the label. I'm explaining that on the website, on the video. So you may want to watch that video, okay? I want to show back. This is your RFID, and this is the QR code. Okay? So basically, this is it for this sneaker. So I will encourage you to go back on my website and to read this more if you want more information. And by the way, if you want to buy this shoe, you can go on my website and click it and actually buy it, or I will point you to the right direction. All right, again, thanks for watching. This is Ty from Master Kicks, and